So this is about the best I will get it for now. It's a pretty fancy button. I think it was a chunk of a 2-piece at one point, but I'll certainly take it. So in the pouch, that'll go. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's a deep penny here. Dug nothing but clad so far for coins, but I think that appears to be a wheat penny. Doesn't look like a super old one. Let's see what we have for a date on it. 1957 with, I think, a Denver mint mark. I'll still take a wheat penny. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that looks interesting. What have we here? Oh, it's a Harley Davidson logo. Interesting. Does not look very old, but it is interesting nonetheless. Better than clad. So let's see if we get something else. Well, oh my goodness, that was every bit as deep as my pinpointer. But this sandy soil, I can already tell that's going to be a really green, beautiful Indian head scent. Oh, wow. Look at the condition on that thing. I think the date is 1882, maybe. This sandy soil here in New Jersey just preserves these coins incredibly. I'm going to clean this up a little off camera and I'll loop you back in. So here's one more look at it, all cleaned up if I can get that to focus. 1882 is the date on it. And this thing looks like it was dropped in the 1880s, so I will certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. So now, normally I'm not one to show my spoon fragments. However, this one's a little bit different. This is a chunk of a pewter spoon bowl. You can see the style of attachment here on the back. I have seen these before, never dug one, but this actually dates back into the 1700s, so got my first piece of colonial, so I will certainly take it. Let's see if we get something else. So today I'm passing through Illinois, and I just flipped out an odd signal here. I got one piece and 2 pieces of what appears to be a button, and I think I see the outline of an eagle in the back. This is going to need some careful cleaning because I think this is a Civil War era button. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up and I'll loop you back in. Well, here it is all cleaned up. So that is a back mark that is a little bit tough to read. However, I'm going to set that piece down. Would you have a look at that? I see Excelsior. I'm going to throw up a non-dug example next to this, but this is a New York militia button from the Civil War. So nice first find of the day, so I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. So I took one step from that Civil War button and I pulled up this lead weight. It's got a number 1 on it. Looks to have a gold-plated hook at the top. I nicked it on the back. It has an old look to it, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. So if anybody knows, please feel free to drop it down in the comments, but it's still a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So I have fished up what appears to be a pretty green coin. Let's get that into light so you can see that. What is it? It's a wheat penny with some crust. Let's see what we got for a date. I think it's a 1910 or a 1919. I want to say 1919. I'm going to clean it up, and if I'm wrong, I'll loop you back in. If not, let's see if we get something else. So I just pulled up a couple more wheat pennies. I got 2 in the 50s, and then here's the back one, but I'll certainly take them. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that is interesting. This one hit 95 on the dais too. That's a ring. It's not like a super fancy one, but I think with that clean wipe, that's gotta be silver. And actually, it's a little bit of deja vu. I've actually dug this exact ring before at an old schoolhouse site. It's an Espo brand, so a cheapy silver kids ring, but it'll say sterling on the inside. We're gonna get this all cleaned up, some water, and I will loop you back in. Well, there you have it, all cleaned up. Sterling-Espo, Joseph Esposito, kids ring, dates to probably the 1950s or 60s, but that's a super cool find. I will certainly take it. So let's see if we get something else. Well, here's another piece of old stuff. That is some kind of old brass buckle. Not exactly sure what it went to, but it's cool nonetheless. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here we go again with another little buckle. This one is a little brass D buckle with an iron tongue, and not sure on the age, probably turn of the century or so, but it's a cool find. Let's see if we get something else. So this is a bucket lister for me, in 100 years from now, this is going to be considered a top pocket find. That there is a genuine early 2000s iPod Shuffle. I actually had one of these when I was a kid. But that is a interesting find. I will take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, I see a penny down in the hole. I think it's a wheat. Yeah, there is 1 cent. You can barely see it poking through. Let's see if the other side's any better. Nope. I don't even think I can get a date off this, but I'm going to clean it up, and if it's an older date, I'll loop you back in. If not, let's see if we get something else. Well, this is the best I can get the wheat in the field. It's a 1919, and the back is pretty rough, but I'll still take a wheat penny. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here's one more old coin, a 1949 Jefferson nickel. No mint marker on the back, but I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, it looks like we got us a penny of some kind. It looks green, maybe so hopefully a little older. And yeah, I see a date of 1930 with a Denver mint mark. So we got us a wheat penny. Let's see what we get off the back. It's a little crusty, but you can kind of see 1 cent poking through, but I'll take a wheat penny. Let's see if we get something else. Well, that was kind of a neat pop. I got a key staring right back at me, and looks like it's got a number on this side and on this side. Maybe a logo under the crust, but if there is a logo on it or an identifier, I'll loop you back in. If not, it's cool, fine. Let's see if we get something else. Here's one more old penny. I think this is a wheat. I can see Lincoln on the face of it. Maybe we'll have a date. I can't see it, and I can barely see any detail on the back, but I think I see wheat ears. So if it's an older date, I'll loop you back in. If not, let's see if we get something else. Oh, here's a pretty deep coin. I think that is Lincoln. We got a date of 1952, I think. That's going to be good for one wheat penny. And we'll take a wheat penny, though. Let's see if we get something else. Well, here we go again with another deep penny. I see Lincoln again on the face. What do we got for a date? Oh, 1939 with a Denver mint mark. So an older wheat penny. I think this might be the oldest one I've dug from this spot, actually. But there's the 1 cent on the back. Looks like it's in good shape under the crust, but I'll take it. Let's see if we get something else. Well, this is interesting. I thought I was digging up a nickel, but I see something with a shank on the back. That's going to be an old brass button of some kind. Does it have anything on it, though? Having a hard time seeing. I will probably need to clean this up a little bit, and if there's any fancy on it, I'll loop you back in. If not, let's see if we get something else. Hey everybody, Bug Eater back with another wrap up from several short hunts across 4 different states. Those states are Nebraska, Illinois, New Jersey, and Missouri. So we'll start off with the relics. I got onto a bucket lister here. My first ever iPod shuffle from the early 2000s. I got a couple old buckles, colonial spoon fragment. I also got onto an old key. This fancy bit probably was some kind of pin of some kind. And then this weight with the number 1 on it. I also got onto a Harley Davidson keychain. A few buttons. I got a plain one and this mangled up fancy one. It would have been a 2-piece at one point. The best button from this trip is my New York Officer Excelsior button. And this would have dated to the Civil War. It is broken, sadly. I got into one piece of jewelry too. It is a sterling silver ring. You can see the mark inside and it's got a pattern on it. And now onto the coins. I got into an older Jefferson nickel dated 1949. Tons of wheat pennies. This one's dateless. I also got a 56, a 51, a 52, a 45, a 39, and 2 1930s, and 1 Indian head penny to send me home. The date on this one, 1882, and there's a look at the back of it. But that was my hunt, guys. Thanks again for coming along. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and this is Bug Eater, signing out.